traders all around the world. This is FXPassion broadcasting live on YouTube. And let me arrange here. So 2, 3, 4. Hopefully it's going to work. Let's wait. And we are starting all over again. This is Forex Trading Course 101 and lesson number 1. 2 weeks ago we finished the professional hedging lesson. And today we are starting all over again, so lesson number 1. Hello Miguel, how are you? And let's wait, okay, looks like everything is fine. And today we are going to use also TradingView for our lesson. Hello Time to Shine, how are you? So we are going to start all over again. So this is the first lesson, everybody, of the Forex Trading Course 101. So we are here back at the basic module, market structure, highs and lows and trends. Hello Annie, how are you? Remember everybody, 90% of traders lose money in the Forex market worldwide, and the webinars are not trading or investment advice. The webinars are for educational purposes only. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Sound has slight echo. Does everybody has an echo, everybody? Does everybody has the echo as Miguel is saying? Time to Shine, do you have the echo also? I'm going to talk. In the meantime, I'm going to wait for your answer, okay? So market structure, and for your homeworks and your questions, everybody, you have my Gmail contact, my Skype contact, and my LinkedIn contact. That being said, let's open www.tradingview.com. Hello Manu, how are you? Manu. Yes, a lot of echo. Okay, just give me a second. Let me check. Sound and properties and better, everybody. Is it better now? If this doesn't help, then I don't know. Is it better, everybody? I'm going to wait for an answer. Okay. In the meantime, let's talk about what is market structure and file open. Let's open a chart. And everything is slow today, as you can see. JFX. Better, everybody? Better, yes, okay. Let's open a new chart. So let's wait. Really better, okay, great to hear. And looks like my laptop today is slow. Okay, let's go. We're going to open a new chart. Make the new colors. And okay. There you go. So, lesson number 1, what is market structure? When we are talking about market structure, everybody, lesson 1, we are not going to talk about the participants in the market, okay? So it's not this kind of market structure that we are going to talk about, but we are going to talk about the market structure, and exit, about the market structure of the chart, how the chart is structured, okay? How the Forex market is structured on a chart. And sometimes the JForex is missing data, everybody, so as you can see, we are on AUD monthly chart, and the specific of the Forex market is that the Forex market is nothing more than a financial game, for the lack of a better word, or a financial contract between two countries, everybody. Okay? The Forex market is nothing more than a financial game or a financial contract between the two countries. Why is that? Because countries, governments, they all have imports and exports. So they all have importers and exporters. Okay? I know there are a lot of different theories out there, you know, different teachers, but this is what I know. Okay? So the specific of the Forex market compared to the stock market, compared to the crypto market, compared to the ETF markets is that the Forex market is locked inside the sideways channel, and this is the structure. Okay? And on this structure, as you can see, we are going to have the upper band only on the monthly, okay, and we are going to have the lower band. And for the beginner trader, why is this important? Well, this is important because this is a rule, everybody, no negotiable rule. When the market hits one band, the long-term direction is until the other band. Again, why is that? Governments want to stimulate the economies, and governments have contracts, and they want to maintain the two currencies, the value of the two currencies between those two bands. Okay, this is just an example, of course. We are going to check all the currency pairs. So for the beginner trader, when the market hits the lower band, the next goes to the other band, and when it hits the upper band, the long-term direction is to the other band. Okay? Now, you can accept this or you can reject this, you know. You can say, oh, FXPassion, you are talking a lot of BS. No problem, you know. But I'm telling you, why is this important? Because when the market hits the upper band, I don't care what you have up, the Ichimoku, the Fibonacci, the Stohastic, the Super Mega JP Morgan Chase robot, you know, your direction long term should be down. Okay? This is the market structure. This is how the Forex market works. Okay? Now, why is it important for you to understand that this is long term? Because look at AUD-CAD. AUD-CAD hit the upper band in 2011, everybody. AUD-CAD, the AUD-CAD pair hit the upper band on February, okay, doesn't matter, February, early 2012, okay. So, but as you can see, the long-term bias, what is happening here, you know? The market is falling, but it's falling long term. What does this mean? The market is not going to fall in a straight line, you know, but as the majority of the markets, the ETF markets, the stock market, the commodity markets, it is going to wave, right? It's going to extend, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension. So it's going to wave. But this doesn't change anything, everybody. Okay? And of course, it's not the purpose of this lesson, but also in between, sometimes the market is going to be locked, you know, in a sideways movement, sideways channel. Okay? Like in here. Now, why is this important? Well, it's not the purpose of this lesson, but as a beginner trader, if you know that the long-term bias is down, you are going to have a much higher probability of success if you are going to short the market. And of course nobody has the crystal ball, right? But this is pure logic, everybody. If you know that the long-term bias is down, you know that you're going to have a greater probability, no guarantees, if you are going to short the market. Okay? So this is important. Now, homework until the next lesson, everybody. You need to have the upper band and the lower band on all currency pairs. Okay? And unfortunately JForex is missing some data. So we are going to use TradingView, and I'm going to write here AUD CAD, and I'm going to use what? Whatever. Sexo, Forex.com, FXCM. Okay? Let's go with Sexo. It's just an example. And of course I need to change to the monthly chart. TradingView, everybody, is free, and no, I don't use it. I'm not using it for trading or other things, but I'm using it just to check the monthly charts, the monthly parameters. And as you can see on the TradingView, let's compare if the lower band and the upper band is the same. So horizontal array and horizontal array up in here. So the lower band is at 0.7179, and let's check here 7. As you can see, the lower band on JForex is different, so I need to be careful here. I need to put where the majority of other brokerage houses and investment banks have the lower band, so it's at 7.2 whatever, right? But definitely is not at 7.5, so I need to go down to 7.2, and this is my lower band. Okay, now why is this important? Because if I have the band at the wrong place, everybody, I'm going to start to buy the market where I'm not supposed to buy, and I'm going to lose, you know. And I'm going to think, well, this theory of the bands doesn't work, you know, and FXPassion doesn't know what he's talking about, when in reality you had the band at the wrong place. So homework, everybody. Put the upper band and the lower band on all currency pairs of interest, and double check with TradingView or other platform software, whatever. Okay, and the upper band, it's 1.067, 1.067, so the upper band is okay. The upper band is okay on JForex, but the lower band is the problem. Okay, so this is AUD CAD. Let's move on the next one. AUD CHF. AUD CHF. Let's compress the chart, the monthly chart. So the lower band is at 0.534, and the upper band is at 1.085. So let's double check with TradingView. AUD CHF, and looks like it's the same, you know, 0.54, 0.34, okay, more or less, right? And the other thing, everybody, you cannot passion, where do I put the upper band? Okay, so you're going to understand with AUD JPY, everybody. Okay, so this is AUD CHF, it has the same parameters. Let's move on AUD JPY. AUD JPY. And as you can see, again, we have the upper band, right? And we have the lower band. And let's change transparency. transparency in here. And again, as you can see, the market is locked inside this sideways channel, right? And this is the market structure, or better say technical market structure, because somebody's going to say, oh no, market structure are the participants, the investment banks and everybody else, you know, the big importers, exporters, the hedge funds. Okay, but the technical market structure on AUD JPY is this one. So what we're going to do, number one, we're going to check the trading view. We're going to AUD JPY. Okay, let's clean and remove drawings. There you go. Okay, monthly chart. So TradingView has more history, but as you can see, everybody, again, the market is locked. See? This is the technical market structure of AUD JPY. And you need to understand this, and you need to, of course, as I said, you can reject, you know, oh, this is not true, you know, but when the market hit the lower band, is going then to the upper band. And when the market hit the upper band, guess where it's going? It's going to the lower band. And when the market hits the lower band, where is going to go? Until the upper band. And when the market hits the lower band, guess where it's going to go? It's going to go to the upper band. True or true, everybody? Can you see AUD CAD was one example, AUD CHF is not the best. Now AUD JPY is another one that it's easy to see. So if you are a beginner trader, everybody, prepare yourself, because maybe, and we are going to talk about this the next lessons, because maybe it's time to go up on, it's time to get long on AUD JPY. Okay, I don't know, maybe not yet, maybe it's going to hit the lower band, as you can see. And where do beginner traders lose money, everybody? As you can see, look up in here. So of course we don't have the crystal ball, right? And in some point in time the market was like this, you know, and some trader would short the market, and this is okay, but look what happened. The market sometimes is going to retest the upper band. You are moving the upper band to 110. It doesn't matter time to shine, it's just put it on the candles, you know. Okay, but let me finish first. So you need to be aware, everybody, that the market is going to wave, you know. Oh, I went short and I lost because FXPassion said that the market it's a down market, I need to be short on AUD JPY. Look what happened, you know. So you need to study the market, everybody, as a beginner trader, and of course the long-term direction. After the market hit the upper band, the long-term direction, it was down. True or true, everybody? Okay. Now talking about the bands, time to shine is asking about the bands. There is no rule, everybody, but if this is the market, let's talk about the upper band. If this is the market structure, if I put my band up in here, this would be wrong. Why is that? Well, because the market reversed here, and then the market reversed here, and then the market reversed here. You know, sometimes it's going to happen that the market is going to break the upper and the lower band for a few pips, you know. So don't put your upper band just on one candle, put your upper band where you see the most reversals. Okay, and be prepared, because sometimes the market is going to break through, you know, and here is where governments are going to intervene, you know. But nonetheless, the forex market structure is nothing more than a contract of the value of the respective currencies between the two countries, you know. For the imports and exports to work effectively, governments need to maintain the value of their currencies between a certain band. Okay. Manu, it must attempt bigger number of resistance or support points. Yes. Thank you, Manu. That's true. Okay. So again, homework until the next class, next Friday, put the upper and the lower band on every chart that you are studying. Okay. And try to understand that you need to have a long-term bias. Okay. And slowly in this course we are going to learn how to trade the short-term bias, how to trade the long-term bias, you know. Okay. But this is the market, the technical market structure is like this. Now, let's double check with the JForex. So the lower band is at 58.54. 5, as you can see, 5.7, still okay. Okay, a little bit different, 5.7, 5. It doesn't matter, everybody, it's 5.7 or 5.8, 5.8. The important thing is this. When the market gets here, don't go short anymore, but prepare yourself to go long. When is this going to happen? I don't know. I don't have the crystal ball, but the long-term direction, okay, sooner or later is going to go up, and the chart is going to show us. As soon as the market is going to make a higher high, you know, we're going to learn about crowns in the future lessons. As soon as the market is going to make a higher high, this is going to confirm that the market reached the lower band, because it's not a number, it's an area, it's not a number, and then we are supposed to go up. Okay? Now, of course, for the beginner trader, everybody, it would be better if the market fails, right, and touches the lower band, so we can be more secure, you know. Okay? But we don't know, maybe it's going to go up, or maybe it's going to push down further. We don't know what is going to happen. That's probability, yes sir, correctly, correct, probability, yes sir. Okay? And for the traders who are with us for the second year, third year, wait for the bullish candle on the monthly chart before you go long. Okay? So if you're a beginner trader, everybody, maybe stay out of the market. Okay? For the time being, wait for the market to fall again until the lower band. In the end, stay out of the market until the end of the month. If this candle, it's a monthly candle, is going to be bullish, you know, this is a indication, not a guarantee, but indication that maybe the market's ready to reverse and reverse the long-term bias. Okay? And keep in mind, this is lesson number 1, the market is going to wave, so you cannot buy the market just like this, you know. Maybe it's going to close as a bullish candle and then it's going to retrace before it moves up. Okay, but we are going to learn the short-term trading in the next lesson. The lesson of today is that you to understand what is the long-term bias of each and every currency pair, And as Manu said, if you can position your trading in the same direction, you are going to have a higher chance or higher probability to succeed. But what do you use like confirmation of price? Answer, Manu, change of the short-term trend. Okay? Manu is asking everybody, how do you know that it's time to reverse? Change. We are going to learn this. Thank you for the question. This is the monthly chart, everybody, but when the market is going to reverse, you are going to see change in the direction on the daily chart. So on the daily chart, the market is not going to do any more lower lows, lower highs, but the market is going to change the short-term direction near this lower band. Okay? For the time being, it's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and we are going to learn what are the highs and the lows, and then it's going to change from the lower lows, lower highs, going to go up, making higher highs, higher lows. And we are going to learn how to confirm the trend. We are going to learn, everybody, not all the highs and the lows are relevant. Okay? Be patient and learn. You have already, everybody, on 1 year on the Stohastic webinar page, you have already the Forex Trading Course 101. You have already 1 year of webinars there. If you are impatient, you can go on the Stohastic webinar page, try to find the playlist Forex Trading 101, Forex Trading Course 101, and you can start learning, you know. Otherwise, be patient, okay? I think from August, everybody, I'm going to be able to be every day with you, okay? But until August, we are having webinars only on Fridays. So please be patient. Okay. Now, this is AUDJPY. Let's check the upper band. Upper band 99.66. 99.66. 99.66. So this would be the upper band and the lower band. Manu, did I answer your question? Did I answer the question, Manu? Okay, so let's check the next one. AUD NZD monthly chart, and we're going to do the same on TradingView. AUD NZD. As you can see, we have already the bands. Okay. $1 million question, everybody. What is the long-term direction for AUD NZD? What do you think? What is the long-term direction for AUD NZD? Is the long-term direction short or is the long-term direction long? What do you think? $1 million question, everybody. Should you be long on AUD NZD or should you be short? Long, correct, long. Now, pay attention, everybody. Yes, sir. This market, for the time being, is locked. This market is locked. You have various levels of sideways movement. The first level is this one, and let me check a color. So you have, this is the first level, everybody. Then you have the second level is up in here of the sideways movement, right? So if you are long, everybody, on AUD NZD, okay, long term, long term. But as you can see, from 2014, for 5 years we are locked in the sideways channel, similarly to the AUD CAD, is just on the different directions. So yes sir, yes, Annie, correct. The long-term bias is up. So if you're a beginner trader, try to go long, never short, because this is lesson number 1. Try to go long on this pair. And if you want, everybody, you can demo trade, of course. Go long on this currency pair, and your take profit is going to be the first band, you know, and your stop loss is going to be down here. Not so difficult, right? Passion, should I have a stop loss? Everybody, if you want to get serious about trading, you must have a stop loss. It's a must. It's a must. I don't want to hear, oh, but I have a friend who has a technique of without stop loss, and come on guys and girls. If Warren Buffett, the most successful investor in the world, is using stop loss, who are the other people telling you not to use the stop loss? And some of you know me. If you work for me in my investment fund and I see you without stop loss, you are fired, everybody, immediately. You cannot play around, everybody. This is not a joke, you know. Okay, there are some traders, they are learning for entertainment, but if you are going to put money, or if you want to become a professional trader, the use of the stop loss is a must. Don't play around. Okay, we learned about hedging. If you don't understand hedging, use the stop loss. And this is nice risk-reward ratio. Again, what is the problem for the beginner trader? The market is going to wave until the first band, and sometimes the market is going to do this. You know, it's going to make a lower low and you are going to freak out. When in reality, when you understand how the market structure works, you need to educate yourself and understand that this is how the market works. It's going to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, then maybe it's going to crash a little bit, but in the end it's not going to hit your stop loss because the long-term direction is up. Okay? And of course, the most important thing in lesson number 1 is for you to learn that the market can do anything and everything, and it's always right. Okay? And there are no guarantees. As Manu said, it's a probability game. Okay? So this is AUD NZD. Long-term direction, long. I need to correct this one. Okay? So the lower band is at 1.019, Forex 1.01. Okay, so it's more or less the same, right? 1.02 and Forex 1.019. It's most likely the same, so this chart is okay, right? Now I'm going to show you, everybody. Let's open Euro CHF. Okay, and this is why important to have the stop loss, everybody, and not to risk more than 1 or 2%. Okay, look in here, everybody. I want you to pay attention to this candle here. This candle here, everybody, it happened in a matter of 2 hours when most of the world was sleeping. And you can find it on the internet. it was the Euro CHF crash. Okay, now what happened? Before this, everybody, before this, the market was, this pair was not very interesting, but for some investment banks and for some hedge funds, this was easy to trade, because from 1, 2, 3, for 3 years, the market was locked, you know, inside this channel, you know, and the investment banks and the big hedge funds, some of them, and the brokerage houses, some of them were trading this pair. Okay, but what happened during the night, everybody? Okay, this is what I know. There are different newses and different conspiracy theories out there, but over the night, Switzerland broke the contract. During the night, Switzerland broke the contract for the value of the respective currencies, and in the morning of that day, USA was sleeping, Canada was sleeping, Brazil was sleeping, Latin America was sleeping. When Europe opened, everybody, it crashed. Okay, what does this mean? It crashed. Currency pairs don't crash, but what does this mean? This move, it went totally outside of the sideways movement. This move, everybody, bankrupt. I don't remember the number, it's 2-3 years ago. It bankrupt, I think, 6,000 brokerage houses and some investment banks all over the world. I don't remember if FXCM had problems. I don't remember. I think I don't know if Oenda or Alpari went bankrupt, you know. But it made a significant move outside of the channel. But you can check on the internet, everybody. And another one is CHF JPY. CHF JPY monthly chart. As you can see, everybody, the market was talking about market structure. The market, until the break, the market was locked in here. Okay, and again, we were shorting the market here. We went long in here. We short the market in here. We went long in here, and I was trading this, everybody, and I went, of course, because we don't have the crystal ball, I went short in here. You know, why not? So, oh, you FXPassion, you are stupid. No, I'm not stupid. I had this reaction, as you can see, the wick of the candle. I had this reaction of the wick, and this is a signal for the market to reverse. You know, and I went short, of course, and I was stopped out. I was trading on the 2-hour chart on the time being. I was stopped out, and I went short again, and I was stopped out again, and then I stopped trading, everybody, because the market's supposed to fall 2 times, and it didn't. And then what happened? Bam! This happened. Okay? What does this mean, and why is this important for the beginner trader? Sometimes, everybody, the market is going to find new levels of the upper band and new levels of the lower band, everybody. Okay? 80-90% of the currencies, you can bet on them. Okay, they are locked in a sideways movement, but sometimes, time to time, it's not every day, it's not every year, time to time, some currency pairs, some governments break or change the contracts with the respective value between the 2 currencies. Okay? I don't know if it was Japan who was not happy, or it was Switzerland who was not happy, but they changed. Okay, This is different from Euro CHF, everybody. This didn't happen in 2 hours, okay? But the two governments sat down and they increased the range of the two currencies, okay? So, if this is the new band, everybody, what is the long-term direction? Should you be shorting the market, or should you be going long? What do you think? Should you go short on CHF JPY, or should you go long, everybody? $1 million question. Short or long? And this is a rule, everybody. Short, of course, this is a rule. When the market touches the upper band, the long-term direction is short, of course. Okay? Now let's talk about trading, everybody. This is the upper band and this is the lower band. And this is the market, right? It's waving up and here and retest, and then it's moving down to the lower band and it retests maybe, and it's shooting up like this. Okay? Short, yes sir. For the beginner traders, okay, please understand this. Trading gets quite easy up in here and down in here. But trading, even for the professional traders, it's get extremely challenging when it's in here. Okay? So if you're a beginner trader, try to find on a demo account, and remember these webinars are not trading or investment advice, try to find currency pairs that are near or at the upper band, or try to find currency pairs that are near or at the lower band, and don't trade currency pairs that are in between. Why is that? Because in between the market can do anything it wants. And here professional traders lose money also. And if professional traders lose money here, okay, you as a beginner and me, we are going to lose double or triple or 4 times more. Okay? Is half 2016 the lower band not hit? What currency pair, any? Let me check. 2016. Well, the lower band is at 76.17. Any? CHF JPY, everybody, is in the middle. Stay out. Stay out. If you're a beginner trader, stay out of this market. You have other currency pairs that are much easier to trade. Okay? We know that the long-term bias, the long-term direction is down. But the market in between can do anything before it does this, you know? And our brain, everybody, is positioned to be focused just in one direction. If you are not skilled enough, you are going to lose. Okay? You have the homework, everybody. Put the upper and the lower band on all currency pairs, and you can start demo trading the currency pairs that are at the lower band or the upper band, you know. Just sell here. Don't worry about volume and percentages. We're going to learn everything. Just sell up in here and go long up, down in here. Of course, put a stop loss just to play around, you know, but don't trade in here. Okay? Another one. Oh, let me see. Okay, let's take another one. Canada CHF, everybody. Okay. Now, Canada CHF, there are two currency pairs that are exception to the rule. Okay, one is Canada CHF, the other one is USD CHF, and of course this is the upper band and of course this is the lower band. But talking about trading, everybody, this pair Canada CHF is locked inside this sideways movement, you know, and of course the long-term direction is up, but we are trading this sideways channel, and as you can see it had different levels. Okay, so we trade this like this: long short, long short, long short, long short, long short, long short. Now we are at the other level. Okay, so the same logic applies. If you're going to go long, you have two targets. First target is going to be this one, and if it breaks, the second target is going to be this one, right? Because as you can see, the market is locked from 2014. Look at the wicks, you know, lower band, upper band. Now it's on the lower band again. And of course we are going to learn also this: you can have sideways channels, smaller sideways channels inside the bigger sideways channels. Can you repeat once more the homework? Yes sir, of course. HW homework: put the lower and the upper band on all currency pairs of interest on the monthly chart, and determine the long term bias. What is the bias? Direction. Oh, and one more: star double check with TradingView or other software. I don't know, could be TradingView, could be Smart Trader, could be Ninja Trader. You have different charting softwares. Okay, this is the homework: put the lower and the upper band on all currency pairs of interest on the monthly chart and determine the long-term bias. Star double check with TradingView. Okay, some of the currency pairs on JForex are missing data, everybody. Okay, I'm going to show you one more and then we're going to end slowly. USD JPY is missing data, everybody. If you go on TradingView, USD JPY. Okay, let's give it a second. Okay, so this is USD JPY, everybody, and the lower band is okay, but the upper band is wrong. So JForex is missing data here. So this is not the upper band, everybody. If you don't double check or triple check with TradingView, you are going to lose money and pips, everybody, because the long-term bias is not down. The long-term bias is up. Oh, remove drawings. See, everybody? See, on JForex, the upper band, because it's missing data, the upper band is like here. This is the upper band and this is the lower band. The lower band is okay, but the upper band on JForex is wrong, everybody. This is not the upper band. The upper band is up in here. This is the upper band. I see now the JForex show the CHF JPY has a much higher low than the TradingView. Yes, but don't worry, everybody, for the important thing is for you to see, you know, the band is not a number, it's an area. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's 7.7, 7.8, 7.6, you know, but you need to be aware of this. This is the problem. Think trader, previous trade interceptor. See everybody, you need to double check, because if you don't check, you would think that, oh, FXPassion said that the market hit the upper band, so our bias is down. No, the upper band is up in here, so the long-term bias is up. And remember that the market is going to wave. It's going to make higher highs, higher lows, lower lows. Maybe it's going to be locked in a sideways movement, but in the end it's going to go back up. Okay, so double check, triple check with TradingView if you want, or different currency pairs, different charting platforms. Okay, let's check one more, NZD CAD. NZD CAD, and let's check in here, NZD CAD. NZD CAD monthly chart, lower band, NZD CAD upper band, and remove drawings. Looks like it's the same. Let me check. Somewhere near 0.62, 0.62. Okay, it's the same. So everybody, what is the long-term bias? NZD CAD is extremely easy to trade, everybody, because it doesn't have many spikes and it's waving quite normally. It's easy to trade. NZD CAD is one of the easiest pair to trade. So last question, then we're going to end the webinar. What is the long-term bias? Short, yes sir. See? Passion, you are a genius. No, I'm not. This is how the market structure works. You know, it hit the upper band, and what it's doing? Lower lows, lower highs. Beautiful lower lows and beautiful lower highs. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to continue to do lower lows, lower highs. Of course, if nothing fundamentally changes between the two countries. Which is an incognito. We don't know, you know, we don't have the crystal ball. But this pair, it's easy to trade. Okay everybody, this is all for today. See you back next on Friday. Please do the homework, and if you have questions, or if you want to confirm if you did the homework right, you have my Gmail here. You can send me your homeworks. Okay, until next Friday everybody, stay safe. The majority of the world has coronavirus, so stay inside the house, don't play around. Okay, respect what the authority are saying, don't play around with the virus, and see you back on next Friday. And stay strong. Okay, stay strong and trade with passion. This is FXPassion signing off.